Hey guys, Robb Roderick, National Tile Contractors Association. Today I want to talk to you guys about making sure that your floors are really flat and how to get that done, and a tool actually to help you to get that done. First off, I want to tell you, you got to check out our NTCA TileTV, how to check a substrate. It has all the industry standards for how to use a 10-foot straight edge, but inevitably most of the floors that we're going to run into, they're not going to be in the right shape. They're going to need to be corrected, and we've got a couple of options. A lot of guys like to use thin set, but thin set's not designed to be used that way. It's really easy to use too much thin set and get beyond the manufacturer's recommendations, and also it shrinks, so we want to use the right products. The right products are floor mud. That'd be a great option, but oftentimes you got to have a recessed floor. For some smaller areas, maybe cementitious floor patch would work, but self-leveling is really popular, and it's great on a big area. So what I want to talk to you today about is a tool for pouring self-leveling. It's an SLU kit. I have one right here. A lot of great stuff in here. Basically, this is a barrel that you can mix two 50-pound bags of self-leveling in, and it has handles so you can, two guys can handle it, and that's a great way to mix self-leveling. You want to get a lot of material out there quick because you just got a certain amount of working time. It comes with a lid, and because self-leveling is, really flowable and it can splash out, so if you have to carry this somewhere, that lid's really handy to have. Also comes with a measuring device. Super important with self-leveling. It's super critical that you measure the amount of water, because a lot of the components in self-leveling are in just minute amounts, some of them in even parts per million. What we found out is if you mix just a little too much water in one batch, it's not going to get as hard. Or if you mix a little too less water, not enough water, it's not going to get hard enough. So you always want to mix right in that manufacturer's recommendation to get maximum performance. This kit comes with a measuring device just because of that. Also comes with a rake, and this rake is actually a gauged rake. It has feet on the end of it that you can turn actually and tighten to set the height, and then once you pour the self-leveling out, you can, this comes with a handle of course, you can pull a gauged amount of material across the floor. Now we don't want to put an even amount of material across the floor if we've got an uneven floor, right? So this is just basically a tool to move the material around quickly. This tool here is another rake that we would put on the end of a pole, which actually comes in the SLU kit. You just screw it in like you would a broom handle, like you see me doing here. But basically this is a finishing tool. What we want to do here, this is what it looks like. What we want to do here is just drag it across the surface of that self-leveling. And when we do it, that's going to remove the surface tension and help that self-leveling flow and flatten out the way that it should. The best way I've heard it described is a guy explained it to me like this. If you can imagine a bead of water resting on something and you touch it, and that bead of water spreads out. Same way with this self-leveling. If you dump it in the floor and you leave it alone, you could create a hump. So you got to remove that surface tension either with a trowel or a rake like this and just pulling it over the surface, gently breaking that surface tension, allowing it to flow. It also comes with a paddle that fits this barrel perfectly to get a nice even clean mix, making sure nothing sticks to the sides of the container. What else we got here? We've also got some cleats, and these are super handy when you're pouring self-leveling. Oftentimes if you poured an area and you're 10-20 foot back from a spot that you see you need to work on, you really can't do anything about it other than step right in your wet self-leveling. You can with these. You basically strap these to your shoes. You can walk on out into that self-leveling, touch up those areas that you missed, and come back, not mess up your shoes or the self-leveling. It also, this is kind of an add-on device, but it's really cool. This is for dust protection. It snaps onto the barrel. It has a port here where you can hook your vacuum, and when you're dumping that self-leveling in, instead of that dust coming up and creating a breathing hazard and a mess on your job site, it'll contain all that dust. We want to be real careful about silica dust. We don't want to breathe it. It'll hurt our lungs. Plus OSHA's given out a lot of fines on it. So anyway, that's basically an SLU kit. If you guys don't have one, I would suggest every tile professional having one. All the manufacturers make one, the manufacturers of SLU anyway. But it's a great tool. You need to have it in your arsenal. I hope you guys are doing good. Until next time, be safe, and I look forward to seeing you on the road.